Hello everyone, welcome to Voxcel. In this video, we're gonna look at reported exam task 2 question, and this question came in the exam that was held on 21st February 2026, and the type of the question is agree or disagree. So without further ado, let me start. So before looking at the question, what we're gonna look at is we're gonna understand the marking process. So we're gonna see how your essay is marked, how your essay is assessed, so that you can know what to do to get your desired band score. So there are four parameters on which your essay is assessed. First, task response, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, grammatical range, and accuracy. So if you are not familiar with these four parameters, don't worry, we will touch on them a bit later in this video. But whatever I'm teaching you, be like listen carefully, be patient, and I will explain it to you in later in this particular video. So these are the four parameters on which your writing is assessed, and all the four parameters are equally important. It's not like task response is more important than the other three or vice versa. So all these parameters are equally important. Like task response, it's 25% of your total marks. Coherence and cohesion, they are also 25% of your total marks. Similarly, lexical resource and GR&A, they're 25% each of your total marks. So if you add them up, 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25, it comes down to 100%. So these four parameters constitutes 100% of your writing task 2 marks. So that's why they all are equally important. You cannot neglect even one. Okay, so if you want to find more about them, you can find more about them on IELTS website, or you can go to our website, that is Voxel, and then you will be able to find them. So just one more thing that I want to clarify: if you are unable to get a band 7 or more even after multiple attempts and want our help, you can go to our website, the link to which is in bio, and get yourself enrolled in our online video course and classes. So if even after multiple attempts you are not getting more than band 6 or 6.5, and you don't know why, where you are lagging, what mistakes you are making, you have tried to improve everything from your side, but still not able to get the all elusive 7 or more, whatever your target score is, you can enroll in our video course, you can take our classes, or you can buy our services, so that you can understand where you are lacking and you can prepare according to that. So let's start now. First, focus on the prompt. So this is one of the most common mistakes I have seen students make. So they what they do is, usually they do not read the question carefully. They just read question and then focus on some particular words that they found in the question. So for this particular video, this is our question that came in the exam. Some people say the fashion industry is bad for the environment as it encourages consumers to buy new clothes all the time. Do you agree or disagree? So just one sec. So what students usually do is, they will see, okay, fashion industry, and they will start writing everything they know about fashion industry. Or they will see buy new clothes, they will start writing about buying new clothes. Or they will see bad for the environment, they will start writing everything about pollution or things that are affecting the environment in a negative way. Clear? So you should not do that. You should read the question in its entirety and then come up with the ideas and then write upon them. Clear? So we will look at those ideas in a moment, but first I just want to make some things clear to you. Now, those parameters we were talking about, these are those parameters. So you can find them on IELTS website, on our website Voxel. So if you look closely, you are given from band 0 to all the way to the band 9, and you are given all the four parameters, and you can see, as you can see, there's something written in every box of every parameter on every band score. So if you want to get band 7, these are the things that you need to take care about. If you want to get band 8, these are the things you need to take care about. And for band 9, these are the things. So for band 6, so if whatever you are like parameter you're lagging in, you can read that and then you can improve on that. So if you are not able to understand these, we have made them in a simpler words, we have converted them into simpler words to like teach you in our video course. We have made, you can say, strategies, structures according to these four parameters. So if you follow those parameters or structures, you will not have to worry about the parameters. But they are saying, we have told you in such a simple language that at first many of my students like who got a band 7 or more in their writing and or speaking, at first they were like quite skeptical, like they were saying, So the way you are saying is like it's a piece of cake, but we have attempted the exam like 5 times, some have attempted 7, or sometimes I have students who attempted exams of like 10 or more times than that, but still they were not able to get more than band 6 or 6.5. And when I like teach them my strategies, my methods, they get perplexed, like they were saying like, I don't think so. We will be getting a band 7 or more if we do this, because the way you are saying it, it seems quite simple. It seems like a child's play, but we have a like attempt. We have attempted everything. We have tried to cram all the high level words, band 9 words, the grammar structures, and everything, but still we are not able to get a band 6 or more more than 6.5. But this is in front of you what IELTS have given us, and when they started following my advice, then they got their target band score. So if you want to get that, you can enroll in our video course, and you will find that difference in that. Okay, so if you want to read, you can go to our website or on the IELTS website, and you will be able to read about them. So now moving on to the question. So the structure we are going to use in this particular question is 4 paragraph structure. First will be your introduction, in which we will paraphrase, reintroduce the question, paraphrase the question, and then we will give our position, like whether we agree or disagree with this particular question. Then we will write 2 body paragraphs. Second will be body paragraph 1, in which we will write one particular idea, and body paragraph 2, in which we will write our second point of agreement. And then fourth will be our conclusion, in which we conclude our main ideas. So now what we're gonna do is, before writing, this is one of the most important things, if not the most important, but usually it is the most important thing. Like more, you have to think of ideas before you start writing. It should not be like that you started writing your question and then you're thinking. Think of the ideas. So other thing that I tell my students is, think like about both sides. Whether if you agree with this particular question, give me 2 or 3 reasons why you agree, and if you disagree with this particular question, give me 2 or 3 reasons why you will disagree. What happens usually is, sometimes maybe in reality we like disagree with that particular question, whatever the question is, like forget about this question for the moment. We disagree with the particular question, but during exam our mind sometimes it works in a funny way. Sometimes in exam we may be thinking more towards the agreement side. Our mind may be focusing more towards on the agreement side, like we are, it's easier for us to think about why we agree, 2 or 3 reasons. It's easier to explain those reasons. We may have enough vocabulary for those reasons. So in exam doesn't matter what you think in your real life. They are not checking your moral codes, they are not checking your ethical values or something like that. What they're checking, yes, they're checking your English level of English. If that is good, you are good to get your band 7 or band 8 or band 9, whatever band score your target is. Clear? So now this is your question. You can pause the video, think about 2 or 3 ideas if you agree, 2 or 3 ideas if you disagree, and when you're ready with your ideas, you can continue. I'm gonna give you my ideas. So let's see. Let's understand the question first. Some people say the fashion industry is bad for the environment as it encourages consumers to buy new clothes all the time. So they're saying that this industry is not good. bad for the environment. Why? Because this particular industry, it encourages consumers to buy clothes all the time, during every change of season, or during festivals or something like that, or every occasion they are trying to like lure the consumers into buying new clothes by different tactics, by marketing, something like that. But that's not the question how they do so. The question is, do we agree or disagree? If we agree, we will say yes, it's bad. Why? Because the production causes pollution. Obviously you have to produce clothes, they are not like natural things to find in the wild. Okay, you have to produce them, they are man-made. So the production process, it causes pollution. And second, it leads to more waste, because if you're buying new clothes all the time, what you have to do to the old ones? Yeah, you have to throw them away. So it will lead to more waste. And let's say if I want to disagree, I will say no, it's not bad for the environment. Why? Because they are making sustainable clothing, like they are using organic fabric, organic cotton, or recycled, something like that. So that's why they are sustainable. Or a second thing, because they are making so many clothes, or the amount of clothes made or clothing is huge, so they are making affordable clothes. So you can pick any one side and you will be able to you are good to go. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether you agree or disagree with the particular question. If your ideas are relevant, you will be able to get a band 9. If your ideas are not relevant, you will not get more than band 5. Clear? So now for this particular video, we're gonna look at the agree portion. So I'm gonna agree with this particular question. Yes, it's bad. Clear? So let's see how the sample answer looks like. So this is our question, and we're gonna write the introduction. So for the introduction, what we're gonna do is we're gonna reintroduce this particular statement again, but with different words. So the question is saying, some people say the fashion industry is bad for the environment as it encourages consumers to buy new clothes all the time. So we're writing, it is often argued that fashion business is detrimental for the environment because it inspires people to purchase new clothes regularly. So why we say it's bad? Because it is inspiring people, tempting people to purchase new clothes regularly. So that's why. Now we're gonna tell us our position. So this is obviously our previous line. I completely agree with this statement because clothes production causes serious environmental damage. So this is our first idea. Clothes production causes serious environmental damage. And second is, constant purchase of new clothes leads to excessive waste. So it leads to excessive waste. So this is our second idea. I hope it is clear. So what we're going to do is we're going to write the first idea in the body paragraph 1, second idea in body paragraph 2. Let's see body paragraph 1. Now, the first opening line or the first sentence of the body paragraph 1 should be, or is usually called topic sentence, in which we introduce the examiner to our idea and we tell the examiner what our body paragraphs is gonna be about. So this is how it will look. The main reason I agree that fashion industry is not good for the earth because it contributes significantly to the environmental pollution through the production process. So this is our obviously main gist of the question, is not good for the earth. Fashion industry. Why? Because it is contributing to the environmental pollution because of its production process. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna explain it to the examiner. Clothes manufacturing units often release harmful chemicals into water during dyeing the fabric and also release harmful gases into the atmosphere. So during dyeing the fabric, during dyeing, obviously we all must know that they release harmful chemicals into water streams. Usually like in the lakes nearby or in the rivers nearby the factories, they dump all their waste chemicals. So obviously it is polluting or contaminating the water, uh, harming the marine life, something like that. So that is not a welcome thing to do. And it also releases harmful gases into the atmosphere, because during the process they use a lot of fossil fuels to operate the machinery or the furnaces in which clothes are made, or they are being pressed or something like that. So they release harmful gases into the atmosphere. Now we're going to explain why this is so. Just one sec. So why this is so? This is because most factories of fashion brands are in developing countries where laws are not that strictly implemented. So most of the factories are in the developing countries. So we know in developing countries the laws that are not that strictly implemented per se, as compared to the developed countries where the consumers are more aware about their rights or things like that. And to meet the ever growing demand, because people are buying all the time, so we are saying that to meet the ever growing demand, businesses usually bypass the rules, putting the lives of the local people and the environment in jeopardy. So obviously every business wants to earn sorry, every business wants to earn profit. So they usually do is do in the like developing world, where the corruption is at its peak, they usually but they usually, like you can say, bribe the corrupt officers and bypass the rules and keep their processes high profits and like high and machines running, whether they are harming the environment or not, they don't worry about that. But okay, so we have explained why we like agree that they are not good for the environment, this fashion industry is not good for the environment. And now we're going to end this paragraph with an example. For example, many famous brands manufactured their apparel in Dhaka and Delhi, where air quality index AQI is usually dangerously high. So if you're living in these cities, or yeah, if you know about these cities or the AQI in these cities, you should know that they are dangerously high, and the deforestation and water contamination are reported at unprecedented levels. I hope you are able to understand this body paragraph 1. Moving on to body paragraph 2. So again, the structure would be remain the same. First, we will introduce our second idea. Another reason to consider is the growing amounts of waste this practice promotes. So the second idea is growing amounts of waste, excessive waste. This practice promotes. So this practice meaning to say encouraging people to buy new clothes all the time. So this has been paraphrased as this practice. I hope it is clear. Now we're going to explain what we mean by this. When individuals are conditioned in such a way that they have to buy new clothing every season, regardless of their need, they are left with no choice but to discard items that are still in good condition and usable. So, obviously, when we are conditioning individuals, conditioning meaning to say making them, grooming them in such a way that they think that it is good to buy new clothes every season, or they have to buy new clothes every season to fit in, or but otherwise what the society will think of them, something like that. So it's called conditioning someone. So when individuals are conditioned in such a way that they have to buy new clothing every season, regardless whether they need those clothes or not, or what about their old clothes, they're not like worried about that. They are left with no choice but to discard items that are still in good condition and usable, because your cupboard, your wardrobe, it only has so much space. So what you have to do is, if you're buying new clothes all the time, you have to throw away your old clothes, because you don't have any more space to keep them. So what it will do is, it will just increase the heap of the rubbish. Now we'll explain that particular part. If this habit persisted over a long time, the volume of textiles sent to landfills would increase exponentially, which would result in severe environmental concerns. Since these products take years to decompose, and hence more land mass may be needed to dump them. So what we have explained is, yeah, they have to discard. So what happens if they discard? So what's the problem with that? So why we say it's bad for the environment? Because like in the short term it will not be that much of a problem, but if this habit persisted over a long period of time, the volume would increase exponentially. So that's the main play. Everything revolves around the volume. If the volume is small, we don't have to even bat eye towards it. Okay, but if the volume increases exponentially, it would result in severe environmental crisis or concerns. Why? Because these products refer to the garments. They take years to decompose. If they do, they will take years. It's not like you dump them today and tomorrow they are gone. Poof. No, they take years to decompose, and hence more land mass may be needed to dump them. And if you are doing it over a long period of time, you will be like overflowing the old dump sites, old dump yards, so you would need new ones. And for that, you have to clear forest, or you may have to uh, throw them in the valleys, so polluting the mountains, something like that. Clear? Now what we're going to do is we're going to finish this off with an example. In western countries, for instance, large quantities of unwanted clothing are thrown away every year, posing grave management challenges as old dump sites are overflowing and new ones have become the need of the hour. So that's what I was explaining to you, why this is a problem, because we are running out of space. Like in the old dump sites, they are like being overflown. There is no more space to throw dump in them, and we need new one. And it's not like new one will come out of thin air. We have to either clear the forests, throw them in the oceans like in containers, or find new dump sites like in the mountains, in the valleys, again polluting the environment. That's not a good thing to do, obviously. Clear? I hope it is clear. Now we'll look at the conclusion. In conclusion, I strongly agree that enticing people to often buy new clothes by fashion industry is harmful to the environment, because the production of clothes damages natural resources, and this will likely result in excessive waste that is hard to manage. So these are our two ideas that I was talking about. Production of clothes damages natural resources. Clear? And second is excessive waste is hard to manage. So these are our two ideas that we talked about in introduction and our body paragraphs. I hope it is clear. And now, so this is your complete sample answer. So this is how your complete sample answer will look like. Let me just minimize it for you. Yeah, this is how your complete sample answer will look like. So if you look at it, you will say, yeah, it's written good, but how to write it? And if you want to understand how to write such kind of answers, you can enroll in our video course. So again, if what you will get in our video course, let me enlarge this. So what you're gonna get in our video course, in this course, you will get in-depth information about different types of task 1 and task 2 questions of both academic and GT general training, along with band 9 sample answers of for all Cambridge books. So not only you are gonna understand the strategies, what your teachers are looking for, what how to give it to them, what you should do, what mistakes you should avoid, but you are also gonna get band 9 sample answers for both task 1 and task 2 of both academic and general training GT. Clear? And second thing, if you are buying our speaking course, you will get like part 1, part 2, part 3 strategies for each part, how to attempt part 1, how to attempt part 2, and how to attempt part 3. What are the strategies? Again, the 4 parameters the teachers are looking at, and again, if you want to get a band 7 or more, what you should do to achieve that particular thing. Apart from that, you can buy our writing correction service, in which we will mark your right essay and according to the 4 parameters, and tell you which parameter you are lagging and what you need to do to improve your particular band score and what is your current band score level. Or you can book our 1-to-1 speaking slot, again in which we're gonna mark your speaking according to the 4 parameters and tell you what you're speaking, where your speaking scores at, and what you need to do to improve them. For more info, you can visit our website. And uh, that's it for this video. Then I will leave the link in the bio to my website. and I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care and goodbye.